Hello and welcome everyone to the Zoom Racing League Monaco Grand Prix in Division 2. Joining me here today in the booth is Hudson Poole, and we are already underway in our full qualifying session. How you doing today, Hudson?
I'm doing good. I'm really excited to see this quali session. As we're doing things a little different this time around. We have Q1, or like full qualifying. So there's 3 sets of qualifyings. The bottom 5 get eliminated each round, and that'll just keep things entertaining.
It definitely will, and we've already got some times coming in on the board. And I think we've got 18 people in here for this race. So out of Q1, we're only going to be losing 3 people right now. You see at the bottom, Syra, Notorious Shelly, and Colin Edwards, just because they haven't put in times. But here, we've got 10 minutes left in the session, and times are about to start rolling in. Let's hop on board with Marino, who's on a hot lap right now. He's a reserve this week for the McLaren team, and they could use some big points as they've been on a little bit of a struggle bus, especially in the combined constructors. But I believe this McLaren team is pulling in the least amount of points across all teams. If I'm not corrected, across all teams in Zoom Racing League. So they've got a lot of work to do, and Marino puts up a time of 1:11.943 on the medium tire, which is an interesting choice, but not a bad time for that tire.
Yeah, not at all. It is interesting seeing some people have the medium tire selected. Maybe they think they can save a set of softs just by using a medium in Q1. They can have more softs for later quali sessions or the race. So currently in the Ferrari Magnussen Cube has an 11.6. What do you think the time will drop down to around here in Q1 and D2?
Well, I know Garrett Elder has been putting up, well, in Q1 and Q2, I'm going to guess that we're going to see some low 110s. I know the Garrett Elder,
okay.
Yeah, mid to low. We'll see how hard people want to push. Maybe some of those top guys don't even feel the need to push that hard, so maybe a high 110. But I know it's definitely capable of a low 110. Garrett Elder's been putting in low 109s in Q3 sessions this week, and I think that he might be my favorite to win here today. Somewhere between him, maybe Dougie Falcons or Lights. I think those would be my favorites to win tonight.
Yep, Dougie taking an interesting approach. As you mentioned him in the Alfa Romeo. Of course he's still in Red Bull, just a little mistake with joining late. Yeah, well, did you say Colin Edwards at all?
No, but you're right. We shouldn't count him out either. He's been performing really well, especially for the Alpine team. And so Stelios, to be honest. They've both performed really well. Alpine's been in, I think this is their best team across all 4 divisions, Stelios and Colin, and they've really been pulling a lot of weight for the team, but they've also gotten really unlucky. I know Azerbaijan, they actually had a 1-2 finish, almost locked up, and due to some connection issues, Stelios got desync and he was taken out, and things just went awry. But a really strong team still, nevertheless.
Yeah.
Also, one thing that I want to point out for anyone tuning in, watching right now, wow, as we see Haas go around. We do have some drivers in the wrong cars currently. People were not on time and ended up choosing the wrong cars. So we're going to have to do a lobby restart at the end of the full qualifying. It won't take too long, though, just about 5 minutes, and we'll get back for the racing action. But Colin Edwards out on a lap right now, as you just were talking about him. See what kind of lap he puts up. He is out on the soft tire, and I think that that's going to be pretty necessary for everyone who wants to get through.
Yeah, no, I don't really, as Lights sets an 11.2, getting closer to your low 10, but I just don't see the reason to go on mediums. You might as well just, as Colin Edwards taps his rear a little bit there, really unfortunate, coming on around the last corner, full throttle, and he will set a 1:12.0, putting him in 6th place. Probably not ideal for him, but after that tap, there's loads of time to make up for him.
A lot of time to make up, but what sucks for him is he's going to have to go out again, and that's not what he wanted to do. And he's going to have to make the decision, do I want to go out on new tires or fresh tires? I think he can definitely improve his time, but that 1:12.0 I do not believe will make it through. That would be in the bottom 4 at the end of the session, in my opinion. So he's going to have to really, it's going to be a gutsy call, because between all the qualifying sessions, Q1, Q2, Q3, I believe that you get 4 fresh sets of soft tires if you make it to Q3. Otherwise, you only get 3. So he's gonna have 4 sets of soft tires, and he might have to use another fresh set right now. He's gonna have to make that decision in the pits if he wants to do that or not.
Oh, as Ethan Patel spins it into the hairpin. Unfortunately.
Ethan was on an in lap. I know he did just do a
Oh,
lap,
okay.
so I don't think that I'm not sure what was going on there, but he did put in a 118. Not a really good time, but he got something on the board. He's gonna have to come to the pits now and put on. He's gonna have to make the same decision as Colin, honestly.
Yeah, not ideal to have a second pair of softs going for you in the second or first quali here.
Garrett Elder coming to the line right now, and he's gonna P 111.8 on mediums. That's pretty good. Pretty good lap.
Garrett Elder never fails to disappoint in qualifying. You can always count on him to make it fun. Didn't he get pole in Abu Dhabi or something like that?
Yeah, I think he might have had a couple poles even. He's been really good in qualifying. He's also really good in the race. Monaco is his favorite track. I've talked to Garrett a little bit throughout the week. He actually had this week off work due to the holidays, and he has spent a lot of time. He's had 20 plus hours alone on the track, not just including playing the F1 game. So, you know, he told me this win here is very important to him. He's not selling for anything less than a win, and I believe him. You know, the guy is very talented. When he puts his mind to something, he can come out with a win this week.
Yeah, Garrett Elder I could definitely see him winning here. When he puts his mind to something, of course. Even Call of Duty, he's still one of the best in ZRL. So, so the top 3 are currently in the pits, but we have Arrow, which is P4. He has an 11.6. He is currently out. Looks like
Mateo's going to go on a lap right now. Interesting thing about Mateo this week. Mateo is actually, as far as I know, I haven't seen Garrett's time trial time because he likes to hide him. But Mateo has the fastest time trial time this week in this division. Oh, you know what? I take that back. Eruption does, but Eruption's kind of a freak in nature. So apart from Eruption, who ran a 109.0, Mateo did run a 109.3 in time trial, which is very impressive.
Is Eruption Marcel Popst?
Yeah, so that's another good point. Marcel, we're gonna go ahead and call him Marcel now. He was formerly known as Eruption. He decided that he wants to take things a little bit more seriously. He's gonna go by his real name moving forward in Zoom Racing League. So we need to try to do our best to, I know it's his first time, but we're going to do our best to call him by Marcel as he has requested. Mateo, by the way, having a lot of wheel spin. I'm not sure what's going on with him, but the lap looks okay. He hasn't hit walls or anything, but he's just getting a lot of wheel spin. Maybe he needs to look at using higher gears or something.
Yeah, you can see when he's getting that wheel spin, it's definitely in the lower gears. Marcel goes for a 10.6, already pole position. Good stuff from him. A Ferrari 1-2 lockout so far in Q1.
Yeah, Magnussen Cube also has been grinding a lot for this over the past 3 weeks. If you don't follow him on Twitter, make sure you do go follow him. He's a lot of fun to follow. But you know, he's been tweeting about it, and he's been working a lot for this Monaco race. And I wouldn't be surprised to see a Ferrari 1-2 lockout at the end of this thing. They both are very, very, very talented. I don't know. There's a lot of guys who really take Monaco super serious, including Marcel, Magnussen, Garrett. Colin Edwards is just always really solid. Barney's a Ryan Newton is a qualifying merchant. He always does fantastic in qualifying. And in fact, he's on a lap right now. So don't go on board with him. And you know, Monaco is a lot about qualifying. So if he could just qualify good, I don't know. I have no clue who's going to win this race. It's a wild card race for me.
Also, I just got news, which is actually really interesting. Seems that damage is off in this session.
Shouldn't be off.
I don't.
We are doing a lobby restart afterwards, so that shouldn't be a problem. But if we have to take that off, we definitely will. We'll take a look at it between sessions.
Yeah, but Ryan Newton, aka Barney, going P3. Man, that guy is so quick. He's on the Williams team, correct? Can't really tell. Yeah, he is. And he's on the Williams team, and you would think anyone on Williams, you know, they'd be down in like the P like 13 or lower, but no, dude. Ryan Newton and Garrett Elder just prove people wrong in that Williams car, and it's really cool to see how well they do around here, and hopefully they can maybe get some good points around here in Monaco. Oh, as both Ferraris actually retire because they think their times are fine, so they won't need to set another lap.
Yeah, so both those times are, like I said, I thought that the leading times would be in the mid 106s, maybe low 106s, or 110s, 0.6s, sorry. But yeah, the times are coming in, and yeah, I think that Eruption or Marcel could go faster than that, but he has no need to. He's just not going to go out a fresh set of tires. So 1:10.6, he's going to be comfortable with that. Down in last place right though. This could be his last lap. Syra doesn't have a time in at all. So Syra's going to be going out for a lap right now.
Syra was doing really well in the D3 race. He was leading, so he's going to have a lot of confidence going into this
There's
qualifying.
an Alfa Romeo right in front of him. The Alfa Romeo was ghosted. Okay, it wasn't on my screen, but I saw him drive through him ghosted. So lap was not interfered. That's good.
Still got to mess with your brain a little bit though. Seeing a car right there, you might hesitate a little bit.
Maybe he did, but I don't know. So far, it's honestly looked like a really clean lap, and he looked really fast in Division 3 just a little bit ago. He was gonna walk away with the race, but he got some damage and wasn't able to finish it out cleanly. So, but honestly, so far, really clean lap. I would imagine just watching this should be through as long as he finishes out. This shouldn't be through, no problem.
I'm gonna say this is an 11-1. I think this is an 11-1. Could be wrong, but sorry.
Time to beat
like,
right now to get through would be a 1:12.1. He can beat that. I think he definitely did. Yeah.
Oh,
look at that, 11-0. Professional predictor. Alex Duarte coming to the line for his final lap as well. He needs to get out if he can make it happen. And he's not going to get out. That's actually going to be it for him. Notorious Jelly, I believe, too, in Sector 3 right now. He's got to get a time improvement. He's going to be looking for it as he comes across the final corner. And he's going to be through for now. Next across, we need Ethan Patel. He's up a full second on his time right now. But he's on 2-lap-old softs. Can he make it stick? He's also out of battery. He's got no battery. His fuel light's blinking. I don't know if he had enough fuel to make this happen. He's going to be short on power come to the line. Let's see if he can improve at all. I don't think it's going to happen. Nope. So Ethan Patel is going to be out in Q1, and that is a Red Bull driver. I would say could have been one of the favorites for this race, but I think the being out of battery and then the older tires just weren't able to cut it. So that is probably our biggest story in Q1. Ethan Patel out in Q1. Also in Q1,
Falcon's also out.
Yeah, Doug. Oh my gosh, I did not even notice Dougie Falcons was out. I didn't even realize it in the Alfa Romeo. So Dougie, he might have been the Alfa Romeo that we saw spun.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, we're not used to being in that car, so kind of.
Yeah. See, I just in chat right now, I see or Marino saying Dougie Falcons. Were you on a hot lap? I didn't notice. I take full accountability. So Marino owning up to what happened, but it sounds like he was partially at fault, at least for that Alfa Romeo spin. But we are going to go to a short intermission, and we will be back for Q2, where we will continue with our Monaco action. All right, and we are back in qualifying session number 2 is officially underway, and we have a Mercedes out in the lead. That's going to be Seb, who just won the Division 3 race. Looks super strong, but he also did benefit from a lot of people in front of him getting damage. His pace may have not been the best out of all the drivers in the race, but, you know, Monaco really can be survival a lot of the time.
Yeah, I can. Seb, he's a clean race driver, so you can count on him for getting a good position in Monaco. You don't really see him crash too much. But we do have both Williams make it through Q1 into Q2 here. Seb is on a lap as we're watching it right now, coming around the last corner here. Or sorry, the penultimate corner.
Is he on his
Now the
lap? I
last
thought he was starting a lap. Yeah, he's on an out lap. Here
Don't
we
listen
go.
to me.
Yeah, so Seb is starting a lap right now. He's going to have a little bit of traffic right here with the Haas on his right-hand side. Hopefully he doesn't run into any more. No, he has a clean track in front of him. So Seb going out for his banker lap in Q2. And a lot of these times that we're going to see come on the board early are really just bankers. They want something on the board, so when they come out for the second time, they can really just let it rip. Wow, I saw a lot of lag right there. Not sure what that was about, but regardless, so far lap looks okay. I thought he just drove straight into the wall.
We do have an Alpine behind Seb as well. So what do you think now, as we're in Q2, is like the get through lap? What lap do you think you'll have to do to get through?
To get through, oh gosh, I don't know what it was last time. What was it, like a 1:12.0? So
Something like that, yeah.
This one, let's go ahead. Let's drop it 5/10. Let's say you got to be at 1:11.5.
Yeah, that makes sense. Do we have anyone? I don't have my telemetry. For some reason. Okay, so everyone's all soft. So no medium runner weirdos this session around. So Seb is gonna set the first lap of the session as a 12:3. It is the very beginning of the session, so
Yeah, I don't think that'll get through.
11:7.
Right? Colin Edwards, yeah. And then we have a Haas coming behind him. It's Notorious Jelly. That's going to be a... Oh, no, he's starting a lap. Okay. Second Mercedes of Lights is also starting his... No, he's coming across the line right now. Let's see what kind of time he puts up as well. 1:11.6. So that's more towards that target time. I said 1:11.5 you'd probably need to get through. And these guys are all just doing bankers right now. We have the Red Bull, a.k.a... I don't know what car he's actually reserving for. Alfa Romeo, maybe of Aero. Coming across, he'll be a 1:11.0. Very impressive time from the Division 4 driver. That actually makes me a little concerned for my 1:11.5 prediction.
Also, it's possible that these like P4, P3 drivers and like below are on used tires because you typically want to do a out lap or your banker lap on used tires.
Yeah, that is a very impressive time for a Division 4 driver to hop into this D2 race instead of 1:11.0 off the rip. I mean, I know a lot of these times aren't final. Like, you know, it's not what it's going to be at the end of the session, but this early in the session, that is a shockingly good time. Let's see. We got, is that Stelios Repus? No, he's on an out lap. Believe we have a Haas coming to the line. Is that Notorious Jelly? Yeah, so Notorious Jelly is going to be coming to the line as well. Oh, he's going to be starting a lap. So we'll see what kind of consistency he can put together here. He just did a 1:13.7 actually without using his battery, so that's a pretty good time. But we'll see if he can, with his battery, what kind of time he can put up. Looks like he's getting a lot of understeer through this first sector. He's got a Ferrari in front of him as well. That Ferrari's gonna have to get out of the way. It's distracting at least. It hasn't compromised his lap, but that's definitely distracting.
Yeah, I mean Monaco traffic here is just gonna be so difficult. There's not a lot of places where it's really easy to get out of the way.
So he's bailed on his lap. He's bailed on it. You can see he's not losing battery anymore. He's turned off his hot lap mode. That would, in his opinion, that must have been distracting enough that he didn't want to continue the lap. So smart choice, probably. If you felt like you lost time from it, give up on the lap. And he's actually got time to go for another one on the same set of tires if he wants to put in a banker. And then he can come out on a fresh set of tires later.
Yeah. But like the minimal fuel you could set, you have I think time for like 4 laps, and yeah, okay, he's going for another lap here. 84% battery is enough to get a whole lap around here. Excuse me. And yeah, so you never know. Maybe an 11.5 is the time, the breakout time. But yeah, we'll see what happens.
A lot of drivers haven't even came out for laps yet. And that's probably because this early in the session they didn't feel like there was any need to come out, because the track is going to evolve a lot towards the end of the session, and you've only got so many sets of tires. So if you kind of just if you trust yourself to not invalidate, or if you trust yourself to get the lap right, it's almost safer to come out at the end. That's why you see people like Cyrus still in the pits, Fitz is still in the pits, Eric McNerney, Colin Edwards, Lights, Magnus and Cube. They have times in, but they're still just sitting in the pits, and a lot of drivers are coming on their out laps right now, and they're just kind of gonna wait till the track evolves a little bit more.
Yeah. Yeah, towards the end of the session is where we're gonna really see the times come in here. Marino, weirdo on the mediums.
He's trying to make it work. Gotta give him credit for that, I guess.
F1 2021 style. Use the mediums for Q2. But here we go. Notorious Jelly coming around the last corner. Now we're gonna finish his lap. He's gonna set a 112.9.
That won't cut it. That will not cut it at all. He did that on an old softs, and he did have less than 10% battery coming to the line, so may have been a little bit down on power there, but he's going to need to do something more than that. We got a Ferrari coming to the line. Is that Marcel? Marcel's starting his lap now, and Eruption is known to be absolutely phenomenal at this track, so let's run on board with him and just watch how clean of a lap he can put together for us.
9-0 right here.
I don't know if we're going to see a 9-0. We could see a 9. I wouldn't be shocked if we saw a 9. I'll put it that way.
Right here?
It's possible. I think in Q3 he'll be in the low 109s. So right here, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw him in the high 109s, really. Barney just set a 110.6, and Marcel is much faster than Barney. So looked like a really clean lap. Maybe a little bit of understeer through that first sector back there. But yeah, see, Mateo just did a 110.4. It might be a high 109 coming in for Marcel.
Oh, nailing it.
Yeah, absolutely nailing the lap so far. He doesn't need to push as hard if he doesn't want to, but he's doing it anyway. Maybe he's a showman. Oh, a little bit of understeer through the second to last corner. Missing his apex in the final corner a little bit. Definitely some time to gain there. But regardless, I think the rest of the lap was good. He's going to get through. But time lost there at the end. He's going to be at a 111.0. So not quite in the 109 range, but that time is going to be fine for him to get through. Looked like he had a lot of understeer there at the end. Garrett Elder with a 110.3. So these times are coming down, but I still think 111.5 will be close to the edge to get you through. You see it's already close right now, actually. I may be wrong on that. You might have to do more than 111.5.
Yeah, I mean, this very impressive grid here for T2. It could come down lower than 11.5. For currently P10 is Colin Edwards with an 11.7. We have Fitz Dickwell that is yet to set a lap, and we could definitely see the times coming in towards the end of the session. But beautiful to see a Williams on provisional pole here for Q2, 10.3. It's an amazing time so far.
I'm thinking what happened with Fitz here is he probably used 2 sets of new tires to get through Q1, and that's just because he was a little bit off pace, and he didn't want to come out early in the session and use another set of fresh tires. So he waited till the end, and these might have been used tires that he just went and did a lap on as well. So I don't know. I think he's probably dealing with some tire allocation struggles, and he's not going to get through at the moment, so he's going to have to come in, and if he has a new set of softs still, he's going to have to put them on and just give it everything he's got. But I think that's why we saw him come out so late in the session.
Yeah. Yeah, an 11.7 is what he has. It's just not going to cut it. Yeah, so the top 6 currently are in the pits. What do you think the lowest is? Excuse me, the lowest is that they'll come back out. You think Marcel will come back out?
No, Marcel shouldn't have to come back out. But if I'm Magnus and Cube, I'm coming back out at the last second, and I'm having my engineer tell me if I have the ability to bail on the lap so I can save the tires.
Looks like Magnus and Cube's actually on a lap here. He just set a purple sector if my thing isn't wrong.
Oh yeah, he's up 7:10, so yeah, he's about to set a good time right here. He's about to be somewhere around a 1:10.5, something like that. He's going to put himself in the top 5 here.
And it's pole position.
Yeah, so he's 4th place.
10.5.
That'll put him through for the moment. 111.0 feels like it should be through, and he's still he's still 4/10 ahead of P9. You know, those two Alpines, they might jump him, but I still think he'll be through. I guess Marcel did decide he's going to go ahead and he came out of the pits. He's going to try it one more time, which that's really unfortunate for him because he's a good driver. But those last two corners really just, he lost so much time that now he's kind of got to come back out and just do a lap just to be safe. Yeah, we'll see.
Yep, and of course the D4 driver is still P2, only 300s off P1. That's super impressive for ZRL Legendre.
Yeah, Arrow put in. That's Arrow. Yeah, so
Yeah.
Arrow put in a very good time. All those guys are definitely through. They don't need to come back out at all. Down at the back, though, we do have Notorious Jelly fighting for his life. He's on a lap right now. No, he's not right now. He is, I don't know what he's doing. He's warming up the tires or something. He's on 3-lap old softs. He's already done 3 laps on these suckers, and he's about to start a lap right here. He's got 100% battery. These are going to be very worn. He's already been struggling, but he's going to have to find somewhere around 2 seconds here to get through.
You're not sure.
He just improved his time by 4/10 though, using no battery at all.
Interesting.
So 112.4 with
yeah.
no battery at all. It's pretty decent, to be honest. We'll see. Maybe he can make it out.
But also Marcel is on a lap here. Is he up on his time?
Doesn't look like he's gonna need it. But
yeah.
Never know.
Yeah. Okay.
Torres Shelley's lap actually looks okay. I don't know if it'll be enough. It looks okay. A lot of understeer through the first sector, but no, yeah, he got a really good exit through the Novell chicane. This might be enough if he can carry speed through this final sector 3. It's a lot of how much do you want to put it on the line. Not using all the track though. Through the pool, he's got to take a lot of the curb. Gets a little unsettled. I don't know how much time that's going to cost him. Around the second to last corner, he doesn't miss the apex. He gets the car slowed down, under control. Pretty clean through the final 2 corners, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Yeah, so 112.1 doesn't improve enough. He's still going to be slow. Down in P15. Not going to make it through the session. I know there's a minute left, but I don't think that he's got enough battery to make anything happen. Marcel goes with a 109. There's the 109 I was telling you about. 109.999. I guess he just wanted to prove me right. I don't know. I don't know what happened there, but he didn't need to do that, but he did anyway. Stelis Repas, he's out on a lap as well. I guess, hold on. No, first we got Colin Edwards going to be crossing the line. He's in P10 right now. He needs to improve just to make sure that he stays safe, because there's guys behind him like Syra who are definitely going to improve.
Yeah, Colin Edwards, 47 seconds to make his lap. So Marino went out really late, and he has 42 seconds right now, and he is at the hairpin. So he's got to have no mistakes on this out lap, or else he actually might not get a lap here.
Yeah, that'd be the end of Marino's night in qualifying at least. Oh, Colin's starting his lap right now. I'm sorry. So Colin's starting his lap. Did we just have someone finish the lap? I think Lights maybe did. No, Lights is starting his lap as well. Colin making a little bit of contact with the wall. I don't know if this has been clean first sector. Didn't carry as much speed as he could have as well through the casino. Maybe a little deep there. I heard a little bit of locking up. Not sure what's going on. Maybe. Oh no, I don't know if this is. Colin Edwards is a favorite, but I don't know if this lap's going to cut it. He needs to improve right now. He needs to find 3/10. See here at the end of sector 2 if he's up or down on his time.
Yeah, this is really kind of close for him. Taking that chicane decently well.
Yeah, pretty good Novell
really
chicane.
Oh. Little under speed. He did set a purple. I don't know.
Okay,
if
he's
that's
5/10 up. He's 5/10 up. So this has to be all track evolution, maybe even new tires. If he's 5/10 up, he should be okay as long as he does decent on these last 2 corners. Yeah, he's gonna be fine. I believe. Yeah, he's good. Okay, so Colin Edwards is gonna get through. Eric McNerney in the hot seat right now. He's holding on to it for right now, but Delios Repas coming across the line might knock him out. And he did. So now Eric McNerney All down to you. You got 2 corners left. You're up a 10th, but you need to find... Oh, he only needs half a 10th. Oh, he's going to get knocked down, though. He's down to P12 now. Someone jumped him. I don't know who it was. Oh, it was Syra. Syra jumped him. Eric McNair's going to cross the line. Was it enough? I didn't see if he improved or not. I know he's below 10% battery. He did not improve.
He did improve, but not enough.
Oh, no. Poor Eric. So... not enough time for him, so we're going to lose in that session. We're going to lose Stelios Repas, the Alpine driver. That's a little surprising. But also, we're going to lose Eric McNerney. Fitz Dickwell, struggling in Q1 to get through. He did get through, though, and to Q2. And time just wasn't there in Q2. Marino trying the medium tires. I don't even know if he got a final lap in, but if he did, it wasn't enough. And Torres Shelley couldn't find time either. So that would be the end of qualifying for those guys. We're going to take another quick break, and we'll be back shortly for our pole shootout in qualifying 3. And we are back, boys and girls, for our pole shootout at Monaco right now. Qualifying is already underway. We've got 9 minutes and 50 seconds left. Barney Goatmere, also known as Ryan Newton, is already out on a lap. But let's go ahead and hop on board with my choice. Is probably the favorite this week at Monaco, Garrett Elder. Let's see what kind of time he can put up. He's done some very impressive time trial work this week. I know that he keeps it all private, so no one can see it, but I've heard some pretty crazy things, and I've heard also that he's been putting in 109.1s throughout the week in qualifying. Best we've seen is a 109.9 from Eruption so far. I know it's Q2, but if he can pull out a 109.1, I don't see any reason he couldn't go pull this week.
Yeah, a 109.1 would be crazy to see here. But TT is a little bit quicker. So we have Ryan Newton actually crossing the line. He's going to set the banker of a 10-2. Not too bad. But I will expect the times. I would say pole is going to be around like a 9.5, 9.6. Marcel going for a 10-0. Garrett Elder.
It looks really clean. It just doesn't look like he's been pushing maybe to the limit. This is definitely, you could tell it's a banker. Yeah, so it's a 110.4. He's definitely got more time in there. I could tell just by watching it that he wasn't trying to put the car on the edge. But Monaco is actually a unique track in the fact that at most tracks, you can only get in one qualifying or two qualifying laps in Q3. But Monaco is so short that you can come back into the pits and you can go actually get 3 laps in Q3 if you choose to. You just got to do it kind of rapid fire. And these guys who went out really early, I'm kind of wondering if that was what was in their mind. You know, Ryan, Marcel, Garrett, they were all out kind of before everyone, and they might be trying to get in 3 laps here.
Yep, 3 laps. I don't know if I would actually want to do that, because then
It's a rhythm thing.
you just,
I mean, you're
yeah,
wasting
true.
some tires, but I don't know if you know, some I personally know from experience. Sometimes even on used tires, if I just go again, the rhythm of just doing another lap and stuff, sometimes I set a better time, even though that the tires are more worn. So we'll see. So
Formula One can be a mind game sometimes.
yeah, it really can. A lot of it is about confidence, especially at Monaco. You do so many repetitions here, and the more you practice, the more confident you get. Let's see, Arrow bails on. No, Arrow finishes lap. He's going to come into the pits. He did a 110.5. Do we have anyone else
Let me
coming
get
to the
information.
line?
Marcel here, that was on used tires.
Oh, wow. So that was a pretty good time for used tires.
Oh yeah. We have an Alpine coming out of the pits. Oh, we have an Aston Martin. Oh, he just started us up.
Yeah, so let's hop on board with Mateo. Also been really impressive in time trial this week. Smacks the wall through turn 1. See if he lost any time from that. I think he probably did going up the hill, so not a good start to his lap. And misses his apex through Casino as well. And going to the hairpin, see if you can get around this slow corner quickly. Ooh, maybe a little bit understeer to there too. I don't know. I don't know if this is the lap he's gonna want. Yeah, no, this isn't it.
Oh.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
this lap is a
Still
scratch.
pushing though.
He might just put it in just to have a banker on the board, but it's not gonna be doing anything.
Yeah. Mercedes getting out of the way very well there.
Snap of oversteer as well. Yeah, so he's gonna put a time on, but we got Marcel out as well as Ryan Newton and Garrett Elder. Like I said, they're going out for second laps. They're gonna be doing everything they can to get 3 laps in. Marcel is first in line out of those, as Mateo puts in a 1:11.4. Not a good lap from him. Not something that he's gonna be proud of. What do you think pole will be? I know that, like I said, Garrett's been running 109.1s throughout the week, but it doesn't look like those times are coming in right now.
A 109.482 is pole position.
109.482. That could be accurate. Sometimes about 3/10 off of what you're doing throughout the week in
Garrett
practice.
was setting point once in an online lobby.
Yeah, so see if he can
Oh my
recreate it.
gosh.
I know that's up there with the likes of Cody Lawrence. I know Cody Lawrence is also doing 109.1s. It's probably up there with the likes of yourself as well. So top Division 1 times that Garrett's been setting in quality throughout the week. Let's see if Eruption can go high or low 109s as well. He definitely should be aiming for a 109 right here on his second run.
Come on, Garrett Elder.
Is Garrett Elder starting a lap as well?
That's a Red Bull starting a lap right there.
Oh,
Must be
a
London,
little bit
right?
snap oversteer for Marcel. I'm not sure. He was up a 10th through sector 1. Or a little less than a 10th, 700ths of a second.
Yeah. This chicane is so important, the double chicane, to nail. Break right after the 100, and he nailed it pretty well.
Ooh, yeah.
Short shift to fourth to get no wheel spin. Very perfect here, right after the 50, turn in, downshift. Did it pretty well. Got a little bit of understeer there. Didn't get as much turn as you'd like. And yeah, it's a very well fit lap so far. Tidy, but I do believe he goes
Eruption
faster.
You just went a little deep right there. Again, Garrett goes with a 109.6, so it's setting the bar pretty high right there. Eruption's going to come across with a 109.7, and I think a lot of that time that he lost to Garrett was in this last 2 corners. But hey, they're going to have, I know both these drivers are going to have one set of fresh softs, and it's going to be a pole shootout between the two of them. I'm pretty positive. I don't know if anyone else here has the practice and time put in to beat those sort of times. We'll see.
Yeah.
If there is anyone else, who do you think it would be? If it's not Garrett or Marcel, who's it going to be?
Colin Edwards.
It could. Yeah, Colin Edwards is waiting till the very end. He hasn't put in a bank or anything. He must just have one fresh set of softs, and that's what he's going to run with. Just going to make one run at it.
Yeah, we can see a definitely 109 for Colin Edwards, I think, if he manages to put his stuff together.
I will say
Marcel
Marcel might be in a little bit of pickle as far as time concerns. We'll see.
No, he'll be fine.
If his teammate were to come out of the pit right now,
it's like at 130.
Maybe, but if his teammate were to come out of the pits right now, it might hold him in the pits. I don't know if that would happen or not.
Oh, true.
There's definitely some animations that go on. Looks like it's going to catch his car. Colin Edwards going out for a lap now, and that is probably because he only has one set of tires. And if the first lap doesn't go well, he can turn his battery off and go for it again. That's probably why he's doing it.
Yep.
He's going to go out before everyone else and give himself some time to do 2 laps if needed. Probably not ideal. Probably not what he wants to do. Probably what he has to do to keep it safe. That's probably not going to give him a pole time, just based off the fact that he's not going to see the track evolution that everyone else is going to get to see. So,
yeah, could be good from him. Do you think Ryan Newton could get himself into the 9s?
He could be getting the 9s. I don't think he's going to be competing for pole though. I think we got a 2-horse race up front.
Yep.
And
so we got a Ferrari going out. 2 Ferraris going out now. Marcel being the second one.
If there's anyone else with a chance, I'm going to say it might be Magnussen Cube, and that would have to be the hero lap of his life. I don't think anyone else could pull it off, but we'll see, man. Colin Edwards going to start his lap. Don't have anyone else behind him for quite a while.
Madison Cube sending it on an Aston Martin.
Wow, so Colin Edwards really... Oh my gosh, I see what he's doing. Okay. So he's actually not planning on going for another lap.
He's just getting the fuel down.
He's getting the fuel down, which I don't know how much that matters here at Monaco. Don't think it does it hardly at all. There's not enough straight line. I'm wondering if he just wants to get his tires warmer. I don't know. I don't understand the thought. Or it could be one of those things where it's like a mental thing, like I was saying. Maybe it's like, I'm going to go out for a warm lap, get my rhythm, don't use battery, and then the second time around, I'll freaking gun it, man. So maybe that's what he's doing. He will be first in line. Behind him, though, is Garrett, and Garrett's got to leave some space right here. Yeah, he's going to back off now. There's a train of cars behind him, so Colin Edwards will be first across the line. Actually, Arrow will be first across the line. He's in the Red Bull, but he will be in Alfa Romeo. He's improving on his time right now. He's way in front of the rest of the pack. Colin Edwards will be first to cross the line, but we're not going to go on board with him. We are going to ride on board with Garrett Elder. See if he can improve his time. A little ways back is Marcel Paps. And Garrett's clean through Sandovat. Heading up the hill towards Casino. A little bit of understeer. That might cost him some time, but he's really close through Casino. That's very close. And he's even. He's even on his time right now through Sector 1, so no improvements. We know Eruption, or Marcel, has a lot of time in Sector 3. Oh, Garrett really moving that car around the hairpin. Maybe a little bit of understeer. Misses Apex a little bit coming into the tunnel, but wasn't too bad. See, he's got to nail the Novell chicane. Has to be perfect.
Absolutely. I mean, he did it pretty damn good.
Yeah, I don't know.
This could be a really good lap. It's going to be my prediction lap right here. Oh, perfect.
Oh, so he's just not improved that much. And a lot of it, I think, has to do with that Sector 1 up by Casino. See if he can get it clean.
Pretty decent here.
Yeah, I don't know how he did last time, so we're just comparing it to his Delta. But maybe an improvement? A slight improvement. So behind him, we got Marcel. Going to be coming to line, as well as an Aston Martin. Marcel hits the wall. That's not going to be an improvement. That will not. I don't think there's any chance that's improved. I could be wrong. It is. It's improved, but not enough. Barney, come to line, 199. Not going to improve either. Seb could be the last one to make it happen, and he's not going to improve enough either. So there it is. Garrett Elder is going to start on pole. That was crazy. So we're going to have a lobby restart now. But take a look at your starting grid. Garrett Elder on pole. Beside him, going into Zandvoort, will be Marcel Pabst in the Ferrari. That'll be to his side, but right behind him he's gonna have his teammate of William in the Williams of Ryan Newton, and then right behind Marcel is gonna be the Ferrari, his teammate of Madison Cube. So none of these guys should be worried about getting punted going into turn 1. In row 3, we're gonna have Mateo lined up next to Arrow and Alfa Romeo. Seb and Lights will be rounding out row 4, and Colin Edwards and Syra in row 5. Finishing 9th and 10th in Q3. So we'll go to a short intermission. We're going to get this starting grid sorted out, and we'll be back with you guys in just a few minutes. All right, guys, and we are back and underway right now. The drivers are choosing their setups. They're choosing their tire allocation. They're getting ready in their seats as it's going to be a long 39 laps here around the Monaco Street Circuit. You've been here before, Hudson. How do you think the drivers are feeling right now?
Very nervous. Going off the start in Monaco is always scary because there's not a lot of room turn one. So, they could be bumping and you don't want damage lap one or else your race is kind of already over. So, yeah, hopefully we don't see any of that on lap one, but it's half inevitable. Ugh, I can't speak. But who should we go on board with? I'm maybe thinking of Marcel.
Yeah, we got to go on with one of the guys in the front row. I mean, you have to think that with the times they put up, that they're going to be running away with it. So, someone's asking if the lobby is broke. It shouldn't be broke.
Hope not.
Oh, I think we're having issues with people tabbing into the game. It says waiting for players on the top left. These guys need to tab in. Well, giving you guys updated. I haven't heard anything else. Just waiting on drivers to tab in. So we'll see what's going on here. Okay, here we go. Starting in 23 seconds. So there will be no formation lap. It's going to kick right off. I'm not even going to have time to put the interfaces up. So I apologize for that. We'll do our best to get the cameras right. That's one bad thing about not having a formation lap. Doesn't give the broadcasters any time to prepare. Here we go. We got 5 seconds and we're going to start seeing the lights. All right, and the drivers are on the grid. We got Garrett and Marcel. We're going to go on board. Let's go on board with Marcel. And he's going to get a pretty decent start. He's going to beat Garrett off the line. So he's going to beat Garrett into turn one. And on the outside was Madison Cube. Garrett getting a little bit of a wheel spin. And Madison Cube getting a severe collision penalty with Barney. Not sure what happened here, but Garrett gave up the position.
Yeah, unfortunate start for Garrett. I'll drop it already down to P3, and then Marcel already getting a 1 second gap between himself and his teammate for I-1-2. But Magnus and Cube does have a penalty already in this race. Not something you usually see. Let's see. Hold on.
I don't know the full story of what happened there, but oh my gosh, carnage! And it looks like there's carnage in the hairpin. Ethan Patel's up a lot of spots though. From
Dougie up 8 spots.
Oh wow! So let's go ahead and just look at the position changes. I'm not sure what happened. How do we get the position changes up? Sorry about that, guys. Position change. There we go. And your intervals as well. So, yeah, Dougie up 8 spots. Ethan up 4 spots. Alex Duarte started last. He's up 5 spots. 5 guys look like they are already in trouble. Probably had damage of some sort. Let's also check what sort of tires everyone's deciding to start on. So the front 2 Ferraris right now, both decided to start on the hard tires. They're going to be staying out long. Delius Repas starting on the soft tires. The Lone Wolf doing that. We're going to see a couple guys coming into the pits right now in the tail end of the field. 4 drivers in the pits with damage. Notorious Shelley staying out. Probably doesn't have any damage. And let's see, the whole field's real close right now. But Monaco, such a hard track to pass. As you see our pit stop strategy. Expecting the soft runners to do a 2-stop. I don't think that'll happen, but it expects it on lap 8 to 12. And the medium runners, when do you think we'll be seeing the medium runners pit?
The medium runners, well, I'm not going to say because I don't know for very interesting reasons. But, I would say maybe the gap window for the mediums between maybe if you're trying to go for an undercut, which you might want to do around Monaco. Interesting with traffic though, like between lap 10 and lap maybe 18, somewhere around there. You'd probably want to pit when you're on the mediums. Let's see what. Hold on. What?
Alex Duarte, by the way, having a moment to the Novell chicane, gets overtaken by Ryan Newton. That's going to be good for Ryan Newton to keep it moving. Oh, and there's a McLaren around. That is Eric McNerney. I'm assuming he's got some damage. I didn't see a front wing on the ground, but I'm going to go ahead and assume that he's got some sort of damage. He's probably going to want to come to the pits for. But not what you want to see for Eric. Dougie Falcons, this is something I just noticed. He's really losing a lot of time to the rest of the field right now. He's 5 seconds behind Stelios because he's just trapped behind Fitz Dickwell. Fitz has been a little bit off pace, and Dougie's so fast. I know he's gotten a lot of positions on the start, but he's really going to get by Fitz right here if he wants any chance at being able to fully recover from his race. You know, he's a guy that probably should have been in the top 3 right now.
Yeah, both the Red Bulls had a very unfortunate qualifying, so the race is going to be very difficult for them. Dougie being stuck behind Fitz Dickwell is not something he would want. Blue Collar Jesus, or sorry, Garrett Elder, was actually pretty close to making a move on Magnus and Cube.
You thinking about it? He's real close right now. He's all over the back of him through the pool section. You know, Garrett really wants to get by. I'm not sure. Maybe, I don't know if there's any team orders here, but there's a possibility that maybe Magnuson is holding Garrett off for Marcel. I don't know, though.
Yeah.
Marcel is very fast here, but if Garrett wants any chance at winning this race, which he really, really wants to win it, I know that, he's got to get past his Ferrari, and I'm sure that Magnuson will not make this easy if he allows it to happen at all.
Yeah, so both drivers, certainly Magnus and Cube has the battery, the battery advantage, but he does have that time penalty. I wish we could see what the time penalty was for, as it was for contact with Barney.
Severe collision with Ryan Newton, yeah, so I'm not sure what that's all about.
And Ryan Newton did go down the order quite hard, down 9 positions.
Dougie all over the back of Fitz right here. Not really any places to overtake here. We've seen it time and time again across all the divisions. I think, you know, over 39 laps, there's eventually gonna be a Fitz Dickwell mistake, and we're gonna see Dougie get by. But when is that gonna happen? I don't know. He's already lost another second and a half to the pack of cars in front of him, and it's not gonna be getting any better anytime soon. Fitz is very off pace. You can see if you take a look at the map. Actually, there's a little bit of a train just stuck behind Fitz, and that's Monaco for you. If you get stuck behind someone slower than you, not a whole lot you can do.
Dude, Garrett Elder with a 3-second time penalty, 4 laps
already.
into
Wow.
this race.
I don't want to see that from Garrett this early. Dougie already looking like he was about to send it up the inside of Fitz right there, but I don't think he's gonna make it happen right now. He's gonna use a little bit of battery. Fitz sitting at 70% battery. He's not even really struggling to keep in front of him. And
yeah.
The Ferrari of Marcel, he's looking like he's pulling away with it. He's on the hard tires as well, and he's gapping Garrett Elder and his Ferrari teammate behind him. And you know, it could be a wrap if he stays out and just keeps putting in these sort of lap times.
Yeah, very fortunate for Marcel to jump Garrett there in the beginning, and then having his teammate behind him. That helps a lot. Yeah. He'll probably, you know, he's kind of just joined the lead right now with 3 seconds. Eric McNerney setting the fastest lap of the race.
On soft
although
tires,
he's hardly
yeah.
down to the last position.
A little bit of a battle back here in the back. I know not a whole lot going on back here, but Mateo and Colin Edwards fighting for position as well. 2 drivers that have been prominent in the championship don't look like they're going to have a prominent night tonight. But Monaco is full of surprises, so we will see what happens later in the race. We'll follow through with them. Ethan Patel all over the back of Anand Trivedi, 2/10, closing that gap. But this whole train is really just being forced again by Fitz Dickwell, just kind of blowing the pack up. You know, the gap in front of him is still 5.5 seconds. Stelios, maybe his tires are finally wearing off, and Fitz is reeling him in a little bit. Stelios will have to pit here soon, and he'll be dragging those softs as long as he can because he's going to be wanting to make a pit stop, one pit stop to go the whole way. Syra goes around as well. I don't know if he has wing damage. Yeah, he's missing a right end plate, as we saw, so he's going to be having to come into the pits by league rules, by league standards, if he wants to. Well, I guess he doesn't have to. He's now going to have to make decisions to want to come in, or when people come behind him, he's, by rules, supposed to be moving out of the way for them. He can't be compromising anyone else's race with damage.
Yeah, that'll be interesting to see if he gets out of the way. Some people like to fight with the damage, but it isn't really allowed. But yeah, Maxi Cube and Garrett Elder both have penalties early in this race. The only 2 to have them. 6 laps in so far. 3.3 second lead for Marcel already. And yeah, so Dougie having a tough time trying to get past Fitz, which is unfortunate because 5.6 seconds. Oh no, so someone just pit. Okay, so 4.3 seconds is the gap to the next driver if
Oh
Dougie passes
wow.
it.
So Dougie might have been able to get by Fitz right here, but Fitz benefited off the DRS of the broken wing from Syra. So very unfortunate for him. He's still trying though. He's applying a lot of pressure, man. He's got all over the back of him. Just, you know, it's Monaco. Monaco for you. It's crazy because any other track, we know that there is such a big skill gap between these two drivers that it would just be, you know, Doug would be gone, long gone down the road at pretty much any other track. But here at Monaco, it's a different story. We have drivers like Fitz who are much slower, and I don't think Fitz is going to argue that with you either. But when you put him in Monaco, anything can happen.
Yeah. Very interesting race for Monaco because it's so difficult to overtake. So difficult. But yeah, the top 5 besides Marcel are still pretty close together. All within a DRS of each other. Oh, Dougie having a moment there. But yeah, Dougie's he's already down a lot of battery, so it's gonna be tough for him to get past Fitz here.
Yeah, and I think he might have actually just lost DRS on that straightaway. I'm sure he'll get it back, but he lost it for the moment. Garrett Elder is still all over the back of Madison Cube. He's on these medium tires, but there's about to be a tire crossover here in a few laps where his medium tires will no longer be better than Madison Cube's hard tires. If I'm Garrett Elder, you know, maybe I'd be thinking about making a crazy early pit stop just because I'm being trapped right now. You know, you're losing lap time. I don't know where you'd come out on track if you pitted, but he's losing so much lap time right now being behind this Ferrari. He could think about boxing, but if he does box, he's also risking coming out in that train, in the Fitz-Dickwell train. So I don't know, it's risky.
Undercutting or overcutting here is always a huge gamble with who's on track. Yeah.
See, I mean, he could take the gamble. I don't know if no, he's gonna stay out this lap. I'm looking at how far they are back, the Fitz-Dickwell train, and I'm not sure he's got that gap yet. I don't know what or you know how far back I need to be looking, but you know, they're a straightaway and a half behind. Don't know if that's enough for him to get a clean pit and come out clear of traffic, but yeah, definitely need to have that pit window open.
Here.
Ethan Patel also losing a couple positions. I don't know what that's from. He might have wing damage as well. No wing damage for him. So not sure what happened there. Maybe he just had a moment, but he lost positions to Alex and Anand. Man, I've been really waiting for something to happen in this train. It's frustrating just watching these drivers just all stuck one behind another.
Yeah, it's also interesting to see how this rate pass is, you know, on 8 lap old soft so far. The only one, except Eric McNerney here. I wonder how early he'll pit. Maybe it'll be good information for Garrett Elder.
Yeah, that's right. Because we'll see where I mean, he's gonna come out way behind that pack actually, but.
Oh, that's right.
Still can kind of give him a gauge if he's got an engineer. But yeah, I mean, Gary, if he doesn't have an engineer right now, he's driving completely blindly. He doesn't know, you know, he might not know that there's a big Fitz-Dickwell train going on back there. So hopefully he's got an engineer letting him know it's right now is not the time, or maybe right now is the time. I'm honestly not sure. It could be the time. Hard to tell.
Oh, Dougie got past Fitz-Dickwell. Oh my God, they're like ghosted into each other. But
oh wow,
Dougie will come out on top.
So my guess is that Dougie or Fitz, one of the two, got contact coming out of the final corner, or probably Fitz probably is the one who hit the wall or something. See if he has any wing damage. No wing damage. And maybe that contact caused him to be ghosted. By rule, if he's ghosted, the drivers behind him are allowed to drive through him. But if you are the one who's ghosted, you're not allowed to take advantage of it. So that's the difference. I know there's been some confusion on that. If a driver in front of you gets ghosted, you are allowed to drive through them. However, if you get ghosted, you are not allowed to drive through other drivers. So a little bit of confusing rules there, but it is in the rule book. I looked it up the other day because I was confused. You know, what happens if that does happen? But there you go. So Dougie is through. Seb also in the back, getting it past Seb. Or sorry, no, getting past Notorious Jelly. Arrow pits as well, like you said. So, oh, he's gonna wing change as well. So he's gonna lose some time in the pits right there. Will he come out in front of Dougie? Yeah, I believe I just saw him get a wing change, it looked like. Yeah, Dougie's gonna get by him. He's gonna fall out. Oh, wow, he's gonna fall out behind Beamer, so lost quite a bit of position right there. So that, you know what, that's a good gauge for Garrett. Like we said, I mean, Garrett needs to pit soon, but look, Arrow just came out right in this train, and he wasn't too far behind Garrett either. So I think
could pit and be ahead, I think.
It would be really close, is what I was about to say. He would, if he could come out behind Fitz, if he comes up behind Fitz, it's gonna be a problem. If he pits and he comes out in front of Fitz, but behind Dougie, I think it's okay because Dougie's pace is better. But I don't know. I mean, you're right. That window may be there, and if he wants a chance to win, it might be time to take the gamble just to see what happens. Because it's not gonna happen just sitting here. No, he's gonna stay out. It's not gonna happen doing what he's doing right now. I'll tell you that. He's got to try something.
Yeah. Maxi Q blinking right in front of Garrett Elder, so that means that Garrett knows. Oh, getting a little close to the wall. Getting really closer, but he's not going to push his battery.
It's a really good spot to overtake right here, down at the bottom of the casino, down at the bottom of the hill. I don't know if he can get a run. He's going to get some understeer through there. But right down here at the bottom of this hill, a little bit of an underestimated spot that you can definitely overtake drivers. Deep braking zones. And that's not necessarily any other track it'd be a good spot, but at Monaco, there's just nothing. There's nowhere to pass. Turn 1 is not a very hard braking zone, so you know they have it up here at the chicane, but it's so hard to go side by side through the tunnel that you know, passing is really just tough everywhere. He's gonna maybe try it. He's gonna go side by side. Well, so yeah, you see, oh, separate tires from the race. I'm not sure what happened there. Oh, separate tires in the pits. Okay. So Garrett not able to get by, but he looked like he was trying to set up an overtake, but wasn't able to make it stick. He's all over the back of Magnussen though. He's got to make a decision, and if I'm him, I might be coming into the pits, just seeing if I can come out ahead of the traffic. No, he's gonna do it right now. The thing is, if Garrett were to pit right now, right? My theory, and maybe I shouldn't be discussing this Red Bull theory, I guess, but my personal theory. If he were to pit right now, I don't think the hard runners could go to mediums and make it to the end, so he would definitely get a crazy undercut. And he could maybe come out in front of Marcel.
Maybe.
They couldn't react, would be my personal opinion. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong on that. But my thoughts would be they'd have to stay out for eight more laps or so.
Yeah, freaking...
Oh!
What?
Oh, Magnussen had a huge moment in front of Garrett. Garrett had to slam on his brakes. I'm surprised there was no ghosting there, but yeah, Magnussen went sideways, caught the car. That was crazy.
I am gonna hope that Garrett Elder pits this lap. He'd probably come behind Dougie, yeah?
I don't know, it's so close. I think at this point he's gonna come out ahead. They are pretty far back.
3-second time penalty.
Right, that's true. But you have to race like that time penalty doesn't exist. You know what I'm saying? You don't like take that into account. He's coming in, oh, I think he's killing his race. I hate seeing this. It's painful to watch because Garrett Elder's a good friend of mine. I'm wanting him to win, but I don't know. This is not it. I don't know who's engineering Williams, but they got to bring him in at this point. It's not gonna happen like this unless he's just okay with a third place, which maybe that's what's going on.
Yeah. I mean, now I would say the hards would probably do better than the mediums. Colin Edwards picking up a 3-second time penalty right there. You know, very fortunate race for him, down in 15th. But Garrett Elder, so close to the back of Madison Cube's Ferrari. Syra, penalty there. Oh! That was a huge moment.
No damage, he's okay. So, let's hop on board with Ryan Newton, who's now the first car behind the fifth Stickwell train. Train is still going strong. You know what's crazy? If we take a look at this, Lights is in this train as well, who is pitted from the medium to the hard. He got caught in the traffic. Arrow is caught in it as well. Stelios is going to be caught in it here in a couple laps. You know, oh, Barney, what's going on? Oh, Barney breaks a wing. Oh no, he broke a wing in the tunnel. I'm not sure what happened, but that is not a good look for the Williams driver. He's going to have to bring it back to the pits and get that thing changed. But yeah, these guys are pitting and they're coming out just in traffic, and Garrett decides to stay out for another lap.
Oh my gosh. I don't know what Garrett is doing.
He's getting close to the point now where even if he does pit, it's not going to be much of an undercut because the hard runners can just pit right after him and go to the medium. They can deny the undercut more or less.
Yeah.
So he's pretty much lost his opportunity to get a good undercut here. And I don't know. Maybe we're wrong. Maybe he knows something we don't, and we're gonna see some crazy Williams shenanigans by the end of this race. But I just have a gut feeling that we're watching this race be thrown away by Garrett any chance he wanted at it. Which, for Marcel, that's fantastic news. Oh no, what happened?
He oh my goodness me. Magnus and Cube hit his rear tires on the entry of the Nobel chicane. That is very common to see amongst drivers, and you do not want to do that in a race like this. Now
watch Garrett come in now. No, he's gonna stay out.
Oh
now,
my gosh.
I mean, if he had clean air the whole time, I kind of would have got it. I mean, I don't know. Now he's got clean air, but it's like your tires are so slow.
Yeah.
You're going to be losing time to Marcel at this point. You need a 7-second undercut. That's just not going to happen.
Yeah.
So
unfortunate.
Never know, though, because Marcel could break a wing. This is Monaco. He's also been known to be very incident prone over his career here at ZRL. Yes.
Yeah, that's true.
He doesn't really have enough pressure, I don't think. I mean, look, he's got a lot of his battery left too, which is pretty uncommon at Monaco. Oh, we have, who is that around? Mateo goes around in the pool section. Syra retired. Oh no. Oh, wow. I'm surprised we don't see a safety car. We got 2 broken wings in the pool section. No? Wow. Okay. So, no safety car. It's gonna stay green. We do have safety car on the increased setting for this week as well. Just because Monaco does seem to not be interested in throwing yellow flags very often.
Finally.
Garrett finally into the pits. All right, let's see where he comes out. I think he's well clear of the Fitz-Dickwell train at this point, but we'll just make sure we'll stay on board.
With that clean, no dirty air lap, Garrett Elder actually gained 4 or 5 tenths on Marcel. So that's just, proving he has pace right now. But,
he's going to have open air right now. Let's see. I don't know what kind of times Marcel's running. But I'm going to guess he's somewhere around the 114s.
Yeah.
If he's running 114s, then Garrett needs to be running, let's just say theoretically, Garrett needs to put in 113s. And he needs to do that 7 laps in a row and not have Marcel pit. That's a lot of asks just to make it happen. And
also he is having to warm up hard tires, which is a real pain in the butt. And then Marcel's gonna have to warm up mediums, which aren't as bad.
You're right. Yeah, and Marcel honestly could react right now if he wanted to. He's not going to, but I can't say for sure. I have no clue how long the mediums can make it, but 22 laps, maybe. We're 21 laps to the end now, so maybe he could have made it to the end if he were to come into the pits for mediums just to react to Garrett. I didn't see what his lap time was there either. I was planning on looking, but I forgot to look.
I'd say Garrett had a pretty decent outlap from the pits.
I think he can still. Well, okay, never mind. I was gonna say he can undercut Magnussen. He doesn't. Yeah, Magnussen had a spin, so he's not really in the factor anymore. So Garrett should be still good for a podium. You know who's had a really impressive drive? Dougie Falcons is up to P4 right now. I know he's still got a pit, but he's creating a decent pit gap for himself, a decent window, and he started 17th place. They say you can't overtake in Monaco, but Dougie thinks otherwise, I guess.
Dougie's a goat. Dougie's he's done a really impressive drive here. On lap 1, he gained 8 or 9 positions. He's always known to have really good starts.
Yeah, definitely. So we'll keep an eye. Marcel gonna cross line right now, and he's gonna run a 113.5. Wow. So those are actually really good times for 18-lap old hard tires. I'm guessing Garrett will be right around a 113.5 as well.
Garrett is set. It was either 5 or 7 tenths up on his time right now, on his best time. Could he be
He needs to be in the
Oh.
112s. Like, he needs to be right around where Mateo just set his time, if he wants to have any chance of catching Marcel. Okay, all right, well,
112.6.
yeah, he is about 8 or 9 tenths up on eruption per lap. But yeah, he's gonna need
I
7
don't know
laps
if
of
that's
that.
enough.
He's gonna need,
Yeah.
yeah. There's the first lap, you know, and it's like any of these laps, Marcel could come to the pits, and that would be it. And Marcel really could stay out for 2 or 3 more if he wants, just to be safe. Make sure his mediums can make it to the end. That's probably what he's thinking. Stay out for 2 or 3 more laps, and he's gonna come in for medium tires. Closest battle on track right now. You know what? Actually, we still have the Fitz-Dickel train going on. He's been doing it all race. Very impressive defense, honestly. But Light's right behind Fitz. He's gonna be thinking about a move. He's got a lot of battery.
You're
But
really
not
close
yet.
to the back door.
Oh yeah, he is all over him. And he's got the much newer hard tires as well. Oh, Fitz hits the wall.
Oh my goodness.
It's
That
minus
might
some
be
damage.
damage for Lights and Fitz. Holy moly.
Oh, both drivers stay out. I'm surprised Fitz is still out
Oh,
on these. But, you know, he's holding up a lot of drivers, and maybe he's enjoying doing that, so. Marcel staying out another lap. Oh, he's all over the back of him right here, and he could try to outbrake him going down here to the bottom casino. No, not going to be close enough on this occasion. He's got so much battery to play with, though. I'm kind of waiting to see where he decides to do it. You know, Lights is a good driver, but him being held right now is really compromising his race. Marcel to the pits, so here's the reaction we expected. You know, he has to make it just because Garrett is about second lap faster. He has to do this. It's going to make him uncomfortable at the end. But Garrett's also going to be uncomfortable. So it's going to work out okay for him.
yeah. Nice P2 for Garrett Elder. But as we know, Marcel can be prone to mistakes, so I wouldn't count him completely out of the win yet, but it's not looking likely.
And you know, and he pit at the right time because Garrett actually gained a little bit more time than I thought. Garrett now 2.6 seconds back. So he cut that gap from, what was it, like 8 seconds almost to 2.4.
Yeah, something like that.
So he made a good run at it. He's just banking on Marcel to really, you know, put it in the wall or something. And I don't think that's gonna happen. But you never know. 18 laps left, a lot of time.
Yep. Lights even more close to Fitz-Dickel here. Super close going into the hairpin, infamous hairpin, gear 2. Second gear. And they're going to be going through this tunnel here. And with 98% battery. Ooh, looks like he gets a relatively decent exit. He doesn't. Oh, yeah, okay. Well, he didn't use as much battery as I thought he would. Not pushing.
What's unfortunate for Lights is, like, he's got to get by Fitz because Dougie's going to pit eventually, right? And, you know, he's going to be in medium tires. You know, he'll be 10 seconds back, but on those medium tires, he's going to be running down Lights, and Lights is just losing all this time right now that he's going to regret later.
Yep. Always unfortunately getting held.
Oh, he got a lot of battery. Why is he not using the battery?
Why isn't he using it?
I don't know. It's almost like he's content being right here, but he shouldn't be. He needs to get
Okay,
going.
he's got to use the battery here. What is he doing?
Not sure. Not sure what's going on here. Wonder if his deploy
Maybe he's
button
just
got...
thinking like
stuck or
batteries for
something.
losers. Some.
I don't know. I rarely ever see people sit at 100%, and at Monaco, it's even more rare. So that's crazy.
Yeah.
So Marcel has caught up to Magnussen. Magnussen probably needs to just pit here just to get out of the way. Otherwise, he's going to have to pull over on a straight, and he's going to be losing time to other drivers as well. Probably coming to the pits. Yeah, that'll be it. So look on the pits. Garrett can see eruption in front of him. Marcel, it won't be like that for long. Garrett is on 5 lap old hards. Marcel with a 112.0, proving that those fresh mediums are definitely working out for him. And he will probably be off into the sunset as Magnuson Cube comes into the pits. He's going to be coming out on the fresh medium tires, and he'll begin his journey to run down Garrett Elder if he doesn't get caught in this Fitz Dickwell train.
Oh, Dougie Falcons pits.
Oh, wow. So Magnuson Cube is going to come out in the Fitz Dickwell train, actually. Oh, my God.
Oh, my goodness.
Randy Orton from the top rope, also known as Magnuson Cube, comes out and he destroys Lights into the wall. I don't know what happened on that pit exit.
Oh, Light's getting the move here.
Oh, he's okay.
Holy moly.
Light said, "No way!" And Magnuson does it back. What's going on? This is crazy. Stewards will certainly be taking a look at what's going on here. I don't know what just happened on the pit exit. It looked like Magnuson wasn't willing to get the position, and he just slammed Lights into the wall. I mean, I don't know if that was his intent. I'm sure it wasn't his intention, but it surely looked pretty intense. So I don't know what happened, but now Magnuson is caught in this train, and it's going to definitely compromise his race. You know, the likes of people like Dougie Falcons are even going to be able to catch him now because he's caught in the train, and Dougie's going to be gaining, you know, about a second a lap, as long as Fitz Dickwell stays out. Which, if he does, I don't know. Fitz Dickwell into the pits. There it is. Hey, so the train that we've kept an eye on all race has finally come to an end. Now at the front of the train is going to be Arrow. He'll be a little bit slower than these guys on medium tires, but he'll be definitely a lot faster than Fitz was moving.
Yep, and Dougie Falcons now P7 on those brand new mediums, 6.3 seconds behind Stelio's free pass. He'll probably catch him really quick. It is the wonder if he'll be able to make the move though, as it's obviously not very easy around Monaco as we've seen. You know, Marcel Hardy 2.8 seconds away from Garrett Elder, which Garrett Elder, to be fair, has been setting some decent times for the tires he's on. But yeah, this looks like a confident P2 for Garrett Elder, which I'm sure he will not be mad about. But of course, you always want that P1, especially if you got in pole.
Yeah, it's a very clear 1-2 this week, and I'm very curious as to what would have happened if Garrett didn't lose those spots going into turn 1, or in the first sector of the lap, I guess, because he lost positions to both Ferraris from pole, and he'll have to look back at that, and I'm sure it'll leave a bad taste in his mouth for the next few seasons as he's waiting to come back to Monaco. But you know, I mean, it is what it is. And Fitz Dickwell, by the way, I think having some issues back there. I don't know if he has wing damage or not, but he definitely spun through the Nobel chicane. Doesn't seem to have any wing damage though. So Lights still all over the back of Magnuson Cube, who Magnuson Cube's already all over the back of Arrow, and got another little train forming. And Dougie Falcons, let's keep an eye on him back here on the medium tires, is making incredible time with this open air. He will eventually catch up to this train, and that whole advantage that all these drivers have gotten, you know, early in the race is going to be canceled out just from being held in traffic.
Yeah. But Magnuson Cube trying to. Oh, yeah, this hit that 5-second time penalty as well.
Oh, that's right.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, I forgot about that too.
So he's lucky to be ahead of Lights here. Oh wait, no, that's right. Everything happened. Yeah, that'll definitely be looked at by the stewards. Yeah. Oh, Magnuson Cube hitting the wall a little bit. Doubt he has wing damage though.
He does, or you say you doubt it?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I don't think he does.
13 laps in this race. I will say I am very impressed with our front two drivers. The dominance they've shown on such a strong grid, that is impressive. At the most difficult track on the whole F1 calendar, both of them are a pit stop clear. They could break their wing and comfortably still finish first or second. And that is absolutely dominant performances from both of them. They should both be proud of how far ahead they are of everyone else and how good of a race they've done. But you know, the rest of this field has just been consistently caught in a train. First formed by Fitz, and now it's, you know, now it's the Arrow train. Magnuson just stuck in it as well. And if you look at it now, Dougie Falcons coming out of the tunnel, those guys are headed in the Novel chicane just ahead of him. We'll hop on board with Dougie Falcons. You'll be able to see the train leaving the Novel chicane as he's pulling up here. those cars were a long way in front of him at the start of this race. And due to the trains, you know, because Dougie was held on the train as well when he was held by Fitz. And then he had to pit, right? And he went way back behind Fitz and into some open air. But all these guys he basically caught up to the train that he was once a part of.
Yeah, very impressive. Also starting P18, but Ethan Patel has not done a bad job himself. He's up to P10.
Yeah, good old recovery drive from the Red Bull driver.
Helps that he's in a better car now instead of that stinky Alfa Romeo.
I'm not sure Buffalo Trace would agree with that, but you know, we are Red Bull fans over here, so I'm with you. Magnussen really needs to. I don't know if he needs to get. I mean, for position, he would like to get by, or no, he really doesn't even need to because he's not going to get to P2, right? Arrow has a penalty in front of him, so he's going to be chilling with the podium where he's at right now. So maybe that's why we don't see a ton of urgency. But with the tire difference, he definitely should be able to get by Arrow. I just don't know how much urgency he has to do that. Only thing that should make him a little bit more urgent is the fact that Dougie Falcons is right there. And if he gets by Stelios quickly, then he could be fighting eventually Magnussen if he can get up there.
Yeah, he's having another hard time a little bit trying to get past Stelios Repas. You know, he's low on battery. He will get DRS here though. The only DRS zone on the whole track. You usually see like at least 2 or 3. Monaco only has 1. He is using his battery here, faking a move a little bit. We cut in the corner, maybe just trying to use his warnings to get himself a really good run, but I don't think it'll be enough here.
Risky move to use the warnings though. Oh wow, good little run. Not gonna be able to do it this time. He's all over the back of him though. No room to breathe for Stelios. And Stelios runs a little wide. He's feeling the pressure. You can tell Stelios is definitely feeling the pressure. Oh, a little bit of a bump there.
I think Dougie is not going to use his DRS because he feels that he might have done that move illegally, so he's not going to try to
might have
get
got
the
a penalty
position
for
on
it, so yeah.
But really good battling between these two, but
yeah,
we got to be really irritating for Dougie because he's on those new mediums.
Yeah, and he knows that there's, you know, drivers ahead of him who an Arrow has a moment, and that's going to let Magnussen through.
Mm-hmm.
So that's not what Dougie wants to see. I don't know if he's going to know that happened or not, but... Oh, wow. Not a whole lot of room to make moves here. Stelios, you're doing a really good job positioning his car to make it so difficult for Dougie.
Oh my goodness.
A little bit of contact there, but they're going to go side by side into this corner, I think. Oh no, Stelios backs out of it. So a little bit of contact. I'm not sure. Stewards may look at that one too, you know. But there's been so much of that we've seen all day. But, you know, you bump someone, you get by them. There the question comes, you know, would that overtake have happened without the bump?
Yeah. And, of course, there's always a chance that could be looked at the stewards and maybe it just doesn't go his way. And he gets a penalty for it. So it's always interesting when there's touches between drivers trying to overtake. Especially around Monaco. I mean, it's just so tight.
Yeah.
You gotta find anything to overtake someone. Oh.
Little contact with the wall. See if he's got an in plate. Yeah, he's still got an in plate, so seems to be intact. Lights now all over the. Or we know Lights has 18 lap old hard, so he's hanging on to the back of Magnussen Cube for now. Also back in the back, we got Ryan Newton all over the back of Colin Edwards. A little bit of contact there. Alpine's are really just holding the field at the moment.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, Colin Edwards is on 28 lap old hards. What the heck? That is new to me.
He's the Alexander Albon of the league, man. Gonna pit last lap for the softs.
Wow, yeah, so he had... Yeah, oh, that's right. Colin pitted already. I don't know if he's trying to go to the end. I don't think it's possible. Maybe he's just praying for a safety car. I don't think it'll happen, but maybe that's the idea here.
So rare for a safety car to happen around this track. I'm not sure why. I feel like it's maybe coded in the game for there not to be as likely of a safety car. I mean, we have increased safety car mode on, and there was a few front wings and driver spins, and
Take
no safety car.
take a look at this. Your first place driver is about to head into the Nobel chicane. Garrett Elder is coming down the tunnel right now. Your third place driver is crossing the start finish line. That is a crazy gap.
Holy moly.
So
Ugh.
Ryan Newton still all over the back of Colin Edwards. Nothing happening there. I'm surprised that Lights is able to hang on so close to Magnussen. It makes me wonder if Magnussen has damage. They did have quite some contact coming out of the tunnel, or coming out of the pits. Remember that?
Yeah. Imagine could get a 5-second here.
That's true too.
Possibly.
Yeah, we don't know. Yeah, because he did have a lot of contact coming out of the pits. I don't know what happened on that situation. Dougie has now caught up to the back of the Aero train as well. He's 2.5 seconds clear of Stelios, and he's going to be wanting to get by as quickly as he can. I have a feeling we're going to be seeing a lot of post-race penalties all around. The final results we're going to see today, I don't think are going to be the final results that we see at the end of the day on Tuesday or Wednesday when the stewards get their decisions out. Dougie all over the back. He's going to get some DRS right here to help pull him along.
I feel like Dougie, as you see, he's blinking right now. If Dougie just saves his battery to around like 30%, doesn't use it here. I mean, okay, he is. Like, well, thinking about a move here, but he's always really low on energy. So maybe if he could save it. Oh, taps another driver. Another victim.
Takes it a little deep into the
20.
corner. I'm not sure if there's any contact or not on the second part. Definitely wasn't the first. I'm not sure if he hit Arrow to the wall or not. I mean, it looked like it on our screen. Yeah, Arrow's missing an in plate. So
Yeah.
I'm going to assume that stewards are going to be taking action on Dougie for that one. 99% of the time when you hit someone in the back, you are the responsible driver. So
Yeah.
it's frustrating because you're on so much faster tires, but these slow drivers in front of you, they hold you up. Only thing Dougie can do at this point, and maybe this is calculated in his plan, he might get a 5-second for that. Maybe he's like, if I can create a 5-second gap, he's already made a 3-second gap. I guess it would be worth it. Apart from the fact that you'd have a qualifying ban next week, because I know he's at 3 penalty points.
Oh man, 4 penalty points to get quali ban, yeah?
Yeah, so he'd be having a quali ban next week.
Elios gets past Arrow now. Wow.
A 40-second gap between second and third place.
Wow.
I want to know how many
These two
cars
are out
are
of
a
the league.
lap down. Can we see their gap to leader? Okay, so I guess there are none lap down yet, but we've got a bunch of them that they're coming up on.
Oh yeah.
See, Notorious Jelly is right here in front of Marcel. Or no, that's not Notorious Jelly. That's Fitzstickwell.
They might have already lapped a few.
Oh, okay, yeah, they have. Yeah, I see. It's just the gap to leader is not working right. So Fitzstickwell is the last car on the lead lap. Means Mateo, Eric McNerney, and Torricelli are laps down. I think Marcel right now holds the fastest lap too, if I'm not wrong. But Notorious Jelly's coming to the pits. He's going to soft, so he'll probably take that away.
Yeah. No, Marcel set the fastest lap. I think it was like a 12-0 or something like that. Good stuff from him. It's crazy to think about because wasn't it 12-0 like the Q1 knockout time?
Yeah, it's a good time for the race.
Yeah.
Magnussen's still not able to shake Lights. Very shocking because he's got a lot of pace. He's got to have some wing damage. Dougie Falcon's also in the back on the medium tires running him down as well. He's created the 5-second gap behind him, so I don't know if that penalty will matter as far as position goes, but it could matter if he does get past lights up here. Yeah, he probably would not hold that position depending on the steward's decision.
Yeah. Vardy 3.6 seconds to lights. Doesn't help that lights is, still being held up by Magnus and Cube. 3.4 now. But do you think, I mean, lights' tires are 23 laps old. So do you think at one point lights' tires will be better than Dougie's?
No, I don't think so. The hards being that old are gonna be pretty painful. There's
Yeah.
3 laps left in the race. Dougie's gonna be on 15 lap old hard mediums. Do we have anyone who's in like danger of puncture? Maybe Arrow. I don't know how long these tires can go.
Delios probably. Well, and then again, Colin Edwards went like 30 laps or something like that. So
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, they're probably all okay. I don't think we have anyone in danger of puncture. So
then again, Mateo, 19 lap old mediums.
yeah, I'm sure he's feeling the burn right about now.
Yeah.
We're ready to bring those things in and get a change. 3 laps left in the race. Lights still all over the back of Magnus and Cube. Dougie Falcon's running them down. Back here in 8th place, we have a battle between Anand Trivedi and Alex Duarte. Both these drivers, that would be a really good finish for both of them, to be honest. So they'd be happy with that. And Tori Shelley retires. Oh, he retires in the pits. Oh, okay, so, alright, I see what happened. He was 16th. He knew he wasn't going to get a spot. He made it 90% of the race. Go ahead and bring him to the pits. Respectfully take your losses. You get a couple points and you go home. Take it on next week.
Yeah. Dougie Falcon's still running these guys down. Oh, Arrow and Alex Duarte.
Side by side action, yeah, here in the final laps. Side by side through the hairpin. And Arrow ghosts. I don't know what that's about. Oh, what the heck?
Wow.
That is interesting.
Ethan Patel gets through.
Keep an eye on Arrow. He's gonna. Whoa, okay. And Ethan looks ghosted, but I am so confused.
Goodness.
So Ethan getting a 3-second for corner cutting right there, but I'm sure that'll be cleared.
Oh, wow, looks like Arrow might have huge wing damage. It's really hard time turning. What is happening here? Okay.
And he's now holding up Fitz. Yeah, so Arrow doing his best to get back to the pits, but just a lot of cars in front of him. Or a lot of cars behind him, just trying to get by.
Oh. What the hell's his name? Garrett Elder Pitts.
Yeah,
Maybe trying to go for a fastest lap.
Yeah, he's coming in for the fastest lap. He waits to the last moment to do it. Smart decision. That way Marcel cannot react. He'll take the fastest lap for Williams. Trivedi's still all over the back of Alex Duarte. I see they're both ghosted. I'm not sure if they're showing up ghosted on my screen because they're a lap down.
Ghosted on mine.
Yeah, that might be because they're a lap down. Whoa! I am so confused right now.
That Haas, man. Holy moly. Guacamole.
I'm wondering if we're having any desync at this stage in the race, because I don't know. It almost looked like he just got ran over.
Yeah.
But he was ghosted on my screen. I don't know if he appeared that way on the other screens. Interestingly enough, it was like, oh, yeah, hold on. Yeah, it was like we had similar incidents last time we raced Monaco on F1 2021.
Uh-huh.
Some incidents where people appeared ghosted, but they weren't ghosted. Looks like Ethan Patel goes around on the final lap as well. Should still be able to bring it home. Garrett Elder, in his pursuit of fastest lap, will go on board with him. Set a purple sector 3 on his out lap, so shouldn't be too much of a problem. What lap he needs to go for. It needs to be at a 1:11.9 to get eruptions time. I don't think that'll be too much of a problem. Other than that,
See if
not too
Garrett Elder
many,
will get this fastest lap.
not too many close battles on track, really. Doesn't really have to fear a time penalty, but here we go. Marcel Pabst across the line, eruption. Getting a P1 at Monaco. Not too much of a shock. I know you and I talked before this race. We expected it was going to be either eruption or Garrett, and I think that the predictions were definitely true. That's before we even saw qualifying. We just knew what kind of qualifying times they put up and kind of assumed that might be possible. So
Garrett Elder's in the fastest lap.
yeah, there it is.
10.5.
1:10.5. Good points for Williams. Gonna be very happy with that. A lot of cars a lap down, as you see. Alex Duarte, Ryan Newton, and Entrevetti Fitz. Those guys were all lap down, so all but 6 cars were a lap down.
Wow.
So much about just avoiding damage.
Yeah. A lot of long stint runners here that finished the race. Like 27, 23, 26, 24.
And there it is. So there is your finishing order. Marcel winning the race. Garrett Elder in P2. Ferrari getting a 1-3 finish. With Max and Cube in P3. Sorry, I was blinking out for a second. Hearing from the paddock that Anand Trivedi was also ghosted on Ethan Patel's screen.
Huh.
So that incident is very unfortunate. Yeah, I mean, we saw a similar incident with Sid Satgar last season as well. Or not last season, maybe 2 seasons ago. F1 2021, so. All right, we do have some drivers for interviews. Go ahead and... Actually, they need to get in the waiting room. Crazy race overall, though, Hudson. How's that make you feel going into Monaco tomorrow? I know you've got a lot of pressure on you in the Red Bull seat, being the #1 overall pick. You feel confident going in tomorrow?
No.
How's your practice been going?
Yeah. Wait, what? A practice?
No, you're all
you
good,
know,
you're all good.
it's been good. Sort of.
All right, we have Garrett Elder in the waiting room. Let's go ahead and pull him in. Oh, yeah, we'll pull Garrett first. Garrett got P3. Garrett Elder, or Garrett, you got P2. I'm sorry, I just said P3. Garrett Elder, congratulations on your P2 finish. I know we talked throughout the week. You were super hyped up for this race. Thought that maybe you could have been on for the win. What went wrong to not get the win?
Playing some dirty games today. You know, Maxim Cube gonna throw him right out there. Threw me into a wall, turn 1, and then parked it through all of sector 2. You know, it's a smart move, but doesn't need to throw me in a wall to achieve that.
No, I mean, fair words. I'm sure there will be talks between the two of you throughout the week. Hopefully, you guys can get that sorted out. That definitely is not how, you know, the start of the race. You just didn't get off the line well. That's the biggest thing we noticed, which is unfortunate because you're so fast in qualifying, and we could tell you're probably the fastest car on the track, honestly. but just
I was. We all know who the true winner there was. We don't need to
uh,
argue about it. I was
so
keeping up with Eruption on hards when he was on mediums. Not trying to brag or nothing, but
yeah.
go
The
ahead.
the only thing that we had in question. Did you guys have an engineer over at Williams?
Yes, we did actually, and he helped me out a lot.
Okay, well,
He did. He told me to extend those mediums a little longer so I could fit right in front of Dougie and have wide open track. So
we
he
were
actually
actually
helped
hoping
out a
the
lot.
opposite in the booth. I don't know if you'll watch it back or not, but we felt like we were a little upset that you didn't pit earlier. Maybe you'll watch it back and with the Williams guys, and maybe you'll think the same. But there seemed to be a pit window a lot earlier than you thought. You probably could have pitted, in my opinion, four or five laps earlier and actually made the undercut happen. It's kind of what we were hoping for in the booth, but maybe we're wrong. So I don't know.
That may be true, but I was just listening to my engineer.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Hudson, you got anything for him?
good job.
Yeah, seriously though, good job. We were talking about in the race. You guys were 42 seconds clear of everyone else in the field at one point, and it's extremely dominant between the two of you, regardless of the order that you guys finished in or who was fastest on track. Whatever happened there, the two of you were in a league of your own tonight. It was crazy performances. So great job on your podium. Any plans to reserve in Division One tomorrow?
Tomorrow, probably not. But before you guys kick me out, I do want to say congrats to Eruption. He did well, and those mediums at the end just they kicked my
Holding on.
ass.
Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, good race, Garrett, and yeah, we look forward to seeing you back next week.
All right, sounds good.
Love you, Garrett. Oh,
We pulled her out of the
hold on.
shell.
Love you, Garrett. All right, there you
So
go.
let's go ahead and pull in Magnuson Cube. Magnuson Cube, I don't know if you were listening to the interviews at all, but Garrett Elder not too happy with your racecraft this week. How do you feel about your race?
Most undeserved podium of all time. Got damage from the incident out of the pits, and because it's Monaco, you can't fucking pass anywhere, so you're just wherever you are, you're just depending on the guy ahead to make a mistake.
Yeah, absolutely. Just trapped in the train. We saw that you were just stuck there. Couldn't really gain any positions, but it didn't seem like you really lost any either. So, and there's not a whole lot to gain in front of you. I guess maybe almost a boring race.
So it was a boring race. I did hit the wall on lap 15, but aside from that, things existed, I guess. Nothing really happened.
Yeah, that's kind of what it seemed like from our end too. Only thing that we noticed, when you came out of the pits, there was a lot of contact between you and I believe Arrow, on the pit
Arrow?
exit. I'm not sure who it was. You made
I
contact
think it
with.
might have been Fitz or Lights. I'm not quite sure.
Oh,
though.
you know what? It was lights. It was lights. What
Yeah.
happened there?
I don't even know. I think I just went. I was ahead out of the pits and I just swiped into the wall. That's what I remember of it.
Yeah, we didn't really get a
And
good
this-
camera angle on it either. I'm sure Stewards will. I'm sure they'll be taken in from one of the two of you.
Yeah,
So.
probably. I'll send
uh,
my POV if anything, but
Oh, we don't need to see it right now, brother. But yeah, hey, regardless though, you did finish P2 or P3. I'm sorry.
P2.
So did you?
No.
No, you're
Sure.
P3. Yeah, you're P3.
Yeah, P3.
Yeah, so you finished P3. It was a really good race for you and the Ferrari team, and I look forward to seeing you back next week, man.
Let's see. And that was a fun time being a second driver.
I'm sure it was.
Hey.
Well, Congrats,
anyway,
man.
see ya.
Yep.
See ya.
and the man of the hour, the dominant Monaco legend, formerly known as Eruption, Marcel Pabst. How do you feel after that race?
Ja, grazie ragazzi, forza Ferrari.
So, obviously you were in a league of your own today. Garrett was maybe the only one who could have challenged you. What were your thoughts as you went through the race?
At the start, I think like me and my teammate were the only ones starting on hard. And then I saw Garrett getting not off the line pretty well, and then I was suddenly at, and I just drove away and drove my own race, to be fair.
Yeah, and you did a great job of it too. How did pit strategy come into play? We saw Garrett came in earlier than you. If you maybe stayed out a lap or two longer, he might have got the undercut done.
Yeah, after pitted, I was like, if I stayed at one lap longer, he would have gotten me easily. Like, yeah, I got a little bit lucky there, and yeah.
Yeah, it was a good decision to pit when you did. Did you have any engineers in there that you'd like to thank?
At the end, Peter joined us and told us some informations. But yeah,
Awesome. Well, yeah, you drove a heck of a race, man. It's been so up and down of a season for you, but it's good to see you back in form, especially at Monaco. I know that you're very strong here, and we had you picked as a favorite, and you definitely performed today. So love seeing it, and we look forward to having you back next week, man.
yeah, thank you.
All right, Hudson. Any final words before we close the stream out from you?
That was an exciting race.
Yeah, well, it wasn't bad for Monaco. I know the full qualifying typically is the most exciting part is Monaco because the race can be pretty dead a lot of the time, but we got a little bit of action there to keep it entertaining for the race. I hope that the viewers were entertained as well. There's a lot
that happened outside the pits. That was crazy.
Yeah, I know there's some crazy action in regards to that. But anyway, guys, if you are not already subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. It helps us out to keep growing this channel. Hit the like button too. Leave comments down below. And we have more racing action tomorrow night. Division 1, our premier division, fastest drivers in Zoom Racing League, race tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Make sure you guys are tuned in for that. We will see you guys tomorrow and back next week. Have a good night.